Patrick Hornfist is fucking pissed. Jim Rutherford has ruined his life, and now he is furious.
That is right. That all came out after the recent trade that went down between Florida and Pittsburgh. Do you want to bring up the picture that came out? Um,
Yes, I
Patrick
really
Hornquist.
do. I
All right,
sincerely, really
awesome.
do. Give me 1 second. Screen share. So here's this little picture that Ethan sent me from Puck Report NHL on Instagram. Caption reads: An angry Patrick Hornfist has tossed all of his Penguins gear and left it on the driveway of his home in PA, according to reports. Um, so he's really fucking mad.
It says in quotes, the winger is hurt and offended at being traded for Matheson and Sevior.
You know what? I would be offended if I
uh,
would trade for Matheson.
yeah.
Like you win 2 cups with this organization, and then they say, okay, you're worth a bottom pair defenseman and fucking Colton Sevior. Which you know what's crazy is when we first touched on this,
hmm
is it was just Matheson for Hornqvist straight up was
Yeah.
announced, but then Sevior was added to it. So now there's not even any cap cut. It's just like I'm pretty sure he's losing money on this one.
You want to know what else that I heard? I don't know how true this is. I really don't. But I saw this somewhere. I can't remember where. So I saw a report that they were interviewing Jim Rutherford after the trade,
Oh
and it
my
came
god, yeah,
out.
I know. I know
It
what you're talking about.
okay? So it came out. He didn't even know.
He was like,
He didn't
what?
know that he wasn't cutting salary. He was under the assumption that he was losing, like he was fretting up, freeing up cap from that trade, but he didn't. He didn't even
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Someone's like, so
What?
what are you gonna do now that you're losing cap? He's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean?
What? How? How does that happen? I find that ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That it's just, how do you not know that you're not freeing up cap in a trade? What are you doing? Like you have people around you that are like supposed to like help you.
He just totally ignored them. I bet
He,
that or
he
they're
must
just as
have.
bad as he is. It's
It,
like,
it,
Jim, please, I'm begging you. You're going to get rid of one of our top wingers, and you're getting nothing in return. I'm telling you, no one's gonna want you around anymore if you make this trade.
I'm freeing up salary cap at least.
I don't like your tone. I don't like your tone. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Just you gotta feel bad for Pitt. Actually, I don't feel bad for Pittsburgh. I really don't. They
I
won two
mean,
cups.
neither do I, but
They
it's
have it
kind of
coming.
funny. It's genuinely
No,
just
it
funny.
is. It is. All right. Also in the news, Ottawa buys out final year of Bobby Ryan's contract. So they're slated to pay him 1.8 for the next 4 years.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's like 3.6 about
Is
for
it? That's what
two
Cap Friendly
years.
said. That
For two
1.8 for
years.
four.
Hold on, I'll look at it.
Look at it, because that's what I saw. I don't know. I could be mistaken though.
Yeah, I saw it was like 3.6 for like 2 years, and then yeah, it's like
Mm.
exactly it's 3.6 all the way up until
Oh,
2022, and then 2022 to 2024 it's 1.8.
all right. It's deeper than I thought it was, but did he have 1 year left or 2 years left? I
I want to say one.
I thought he had one, but that doesn't add up if he had
I
one
guess
year
two.
left. I guess he had two left. Yeah. Okay. Uh,
Honestly,
I
I'm not
think.
even gonna
Mhm.
lie. I kind of want to like I really like Bobby Ryan just because like the whole story that
Oh
happened
yeah.
where I think it was alcoholism he was dealing
Yeah.
with, right?
Yep.
He came back and he scored a hat trick, or
His
was it?
first game
Yeah,
back, scored a hat trick.
hat trick in his first game back with that dumpster fire
No,
team. So honestly, if a team could take him under on a good contract, I don't even think he could be that bad. He actually
every
might be to old
team,
form.
I can see more than half the league at least giving him a call,
Exactly. Yeah.
because he's gonna be what I'd say a 1 year deal at like 1.5 just to show that he can still play. And I think any team in the league would
Yeah.
want, I'd say, 15 goals and 30 points for at least that for 1.5 mil.
I'd be happy to get him
Yeah, I,
if
I
the
want the
Star
Sharks
Ranks
to go
expanded.
after him. We need scoring depth.
You
That's
guys
literally
do.
perfect.
Yeah, he's
Even no,
perfect.
I thought that as soon as he got bought out, I'm like, we got to go after him. Like that'd be perfect for us playing like a third line role or whatever.
Right.
And also coming out today, Jeff Petrie signs an extension with the Habs. I think it's a good contract. He's a good defenseman. He's reliable. It pays until he's 37, though. It's the only thing.
It's
It's a 4-year deal.
4-year.
I think
He's making like 6.2.
6.2, something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. He is pretty reliable. I mean, some would argue that he's no, it's I wouldn't say someone argue. It's pretty much a known fact. He's pretty much like a top 2 in Montreal.
Mm-hmm. He's their number 2 guy. He's the second
And
right
rightfully so.
defenseman.
I mean, he gets the job done.
No, he's great. He's reliable. You can always count on him. You know what you're gonna get out of Jeff Petrie. Like
Yeah,
you know what you're gonna get.
It's
A solid defenseman, like defensive style game.
625 up until 2026.
Yeah, so he'll be 37. He's 33 right now, I think.
I doubt he'll keep up production up until that long, but then again, you never know.
They could always move him with 1 year left. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I think it's a good contract. I don't think it'll hurt him. They got a lot of cap space over there. They'll be fine. And Jesse Puljujärvi, out of nowhere, might be returning to the Oilers.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not even sure what's going on with that anymore because he was the 3rd overall pick in his draft class, right?
Yep.
He didn't want to be there anymore. Like they almost traded him. In fact, he almost got traded to the Rangers, I think, in Elias Anderson deal, which to be honest,
1-for-1 swap.
No one's a winner in that trade.
No, not really.
Some argue that he just needed to change of scenery, which now he's not going to get because now he's playing in Edmonton if he does return.
Mm-hmm.
But again, some would argue that since Edmonton's a competing team now, he actually might produce like how he was expected to. So
I think he has a chance to pan out there. I think he can still be a top 6 forward for them. He went over to I honestly I don't know exactly where he played, but I know he played pretty well there. Like he had decent numbers. So maybe there's a chance he'll come over. He'll be an effective top 6 forward. Maybe he could play with McDavid. We'll see. If he can play with McDavid, that's a pretty big piece for Edmonton. If he could put up 40, 50 points with them.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not bad.
He's only 22.
Yeah, he's still young.
He's very young.
He has potential. And he only has I don't even think he has a full season under his belt of games. Not even close, I don't think.
Definitely not, no.
Yeah. So he's still young. He's not proven. I think he can still bounce. I think he could bounce back and have a career in Edmonton. We'll see, though.
I think so as well. I don't honestly, but if he doesn't, then he's moving. Like he's probably got one more shot there.
I'd say if he doesn't prove himself at Edmonton, if he comes back, he's probably done. He'll probably go to KHL or something, and then he'll come back over in a couple years.
Probably play in Sweden.
Yeah, we'll see. And time for the big portion part of this podcast. So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of analyze every goalie tandem situation for the Eastern Conference. So with that, how do you want to do this? Do you want to go one by one through each team, or do you want to how do you want to do this?
I guess you could just split it up by division.
Go division. So we'll start with the Atlantic and then do the whole Atlantic, then go Metro. All right. So first team in Atlantic, we have Boston. So Boston has Rask and a lock, both with 1 year left. Yeah, you go first.
No, you were talking. I
so I think Boston just keeps their goaltending tandem. There's really nothing for Boston to do. I think that's a simple answer.
Can they afford that though? They got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they could definitely afford that.
They're fine. Yeah, their goaltending situation's set for next year.
Actually, no, they don't. I know what you mean. All right, they got 1 year left. Coming up this year.
We're talking about next season, so they're good for next season.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, they're both getting up there in age, but it's still probably the best goalie tandem I could think of.
One of the best in the league. So
Tuukka Rask, which is Vezina finalist, every fucking.
And Halak's a great backup.
Halak,
it's insane.
Yeah, he's always incredible. Boston, at least he was.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's move on to Buffalo now. So Buffalo, they have Linus Ullmark, who's an RFA this summer, or whenever offseason is, whatever you want to call it. And they have Carter Hutton left with 1 year. So you go first in this one.
Carter Hutton, he's 34, and he's making $275 million. Honestly, I don't even think they're going to keep him. I think he's going to, after next season, he's just going to either retire or just walk and go somewhere else.
I don't think he makes it that far.
You don't think so? What do you think he's gonna get traded
I think
or
he's gonna get bought out.
bought out? Oh yeah, the buyout period started. By the way,
Yeah,
for those who don't know, so yeah, he could get bought out within.
I think he's a pretty good option to get bought out this summer. I just feel like there's too many good options out there for Buffalo just to
Yeah,
keep
because the
everything the
penalty wouldn't even
same.
be that big.
It wouldn't. No, it wouldn't be bad at all.
Exactly.
And they'll sign Allmark this
Yeah.
season. So what I think they'll do, they'll roll like 1A, 1B thing with Allmark, and I can see a guy like maybe like Aaron Dell, Mike Smith, someone like that can play like 40 to 30 games. That would go over there and be a suitable option for Buffalo.
Right. They also have Hammond in the minors.
Come on.
You don't see the Hamburger coming
No, I
back?
do not see the Hamburger making a return. I just think that story is sailed. That ship sailed. It's done. He's done.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah. All right. Detroit now. So yeah.
Can Detroit do? Like,
Well, they have Jonathan Bernier. They got him for one more year.
okay, so
Jimmy
they're
Howard's
set.
a UFA. He's done. I don't think he plays in the NHL next year. She was so bad. Just I can't see any team giving him a call. That's so like the AHL or whatever.
Right.
So I think they could. I honestly I don't know what Detroit's gonna do. Like they could make a run on a guy like Holpe or like Markstrom if they're available, but like what do they get out of that? Like,
Again, yeah, like do you really think like they're gonna want to play there?
no, that's the thing. They're gonna have to pay him a lot more than what they're going for that. Like that. It's just. I just think it's not in Detroit's like best place to go get a big UFA goalie this summer. I think if they get a guy like I don't know, same thing like Mike Smith, Aaron Dell,
Yeah, someone who
Cam
could
Talbot. Yeah.
you can probably like split it with Bernier, I guess, even though Bernier is like,
Bernier's okay. He was the better of the two goalies last year, which
well,
isn't
yeah.
saying much. I don't know. He's a good solid 1B, I'd say at best. Go to Florida now. So
Florida?
yeah, if they got Bobrovsky on that ridiculous contract, and they got Chris Drieger as the backup.
Holy fucking shit, dude. I honestly like I knew the Bobrovsky contract was bad, but I'm looking at it right now.
It's
Like
bad. It's a
just
rough one.
it's mortifying to look at. He all the way up till 2027. And he's 32. He's making $10 million. Oh my god, they actually might have just dug their own grave for the next.
Like I don't
7
understand
years.
where that came from.
Well,
Like
to be fair, he made a case to make that money, and then he got the money. He said, "Okay, I'm done being good. I'm going back."
I don't like. Is he just gonna not perform for that contract at all? Is he ever gonna live up close to that contract? I don't think so.
And it's not even like the team is doing bad in front of him. It's really just
Chris
it's
Drieger had
him.
better numbers than him.
Yeah, it's him.
Chris Drieger had better numbers last year. I don't know.
That's problematic. That's extremely problematic.
Personally, I think Florida keeps the same goaltending tandem next year. But what else would you do with that? You can't move Bob.
They're not
You
going
can't.
to.
And Drieger wasn't even that bad last year. So I don't think they get rid of him. So I just think Florida keeps it exactly the same.
They're probably just gonna pray to God that Bobrovsky just stops shitting the bed. I don't know what to tell you.
Yes, yeah. They're really going to have to.
Former Vezina winner, like holy shit.
I don't know what happened.
I really don't. I sincerely don't. Maybe he doesn't like the warm weather.
Maybe likes Columbus better for some reason. And another Vezina winner. Let's get into Montreal. So they got Carey Price on another pretty lucrative contract, similar to Bobrovsky. Yeah. 6 years, 10.5.
All right. The only difference between that, like Price and Bobrovsky's contract, is Price is
good.
One of the best goalies of all time.
Price is still good.
Price
isn't apparently.
I think. Price is 33 years old. So he's older, but he's got 1 year senior on Bob. But yeah, he's making 10.5 again up until 2027. That's ridiculous. He's gonna be 40 by the time that ends.
I know it's.
So unless like in the low chance that he performs like he does now all the way up until then.
No,
he's gonna be like
just not practical. Like
exactly.
They added Allen this summer or a couple whatever. I like the addition. I do. I feel like he can come in and play the games that Price can't. Like he's going to take the load off Carey, which I think they need. They can't have him playing 60 games a year.
That's always been Montreal's problem. They never had a capable backup. It happened to Dubnyk too, and Dubnyk fell off because of it.
Yeah.
He just got so much work. Like he couldn't. They had no capable backup, so it was just so much work. And now they actually have Jake Allen, who's again a very capable backup. So that addition might actually do a lot for the team. That more people might like.
If
A lot of
Montreal
people don't notice.
if Montreal makes the right moves, they could be in the playoffs again this summer, but actually like legitly make
I
the
agree.
playoffs this
I
summer.
agree. Yep.
I think they got a decently bright summer. I keep saying summer, free off season.
Yeah. I don't.
Off
The
their way.
goaltending tandem. The only move they were gonna make, it's been made. It's Jake
Yeah,
Allen
they
being
made their
added.
move. Yep,
Carey Price is not. Carey Price is gonna retire a Canadian. I feel like.
they're not moving him, so no one's taking that contract. So unless they buy him out, he's retiring. Uh, let's move on to another Canadian team and the Ottawa Senators. We talked about the goaltending situation with them last episode. I already said it. I think they keep it the same. No real reason to change it. Like I don't think they get anything out of changing it. Same thing with Detroit. It's just not worth it. Like you're not
Yeah.
going to be good. No reason to go get a good goalie.
Yeah. Anderson's gone.
Yeah.
Probably retired. So
I
yeah,
think.
he's probably just going Nilsson Hogberg.
Yep. I wouldn't doubt it, and I think that's the best move for them.
Mhm.
So let's jump to Tampa Bay. It's same thing. They're probably keeping their goaltending tandem, Vasi and McElhaney, both with years left. Vasi's great, good goalie, and McElhaney's a pretty good backup. So
Yeah, Vasilevsky's probably just gonna be like a Vezina finalist for the next
yeah, he'll be in the
several years at this
conversation for.
point. Yeah,
He's got
always.
what is it, 7 years left.
Yeah, and McElhaney's like old as shit, but he's
He's
still
good.
like
He's a great
yeah,
backup. He's
yeah.
really good.
He's a very very good backup. They got they got what's his face, Wedgwood. He's not even that bad either. Wedgwood would be a capable backup for Vasilevsky.
Yeah, I think they roll McElhaney though. I don't think
No,
there's
no,
any
no.
reason
Yeah,
to
no.
change.
I'm
Yeah,
saying in some scenario where
if he gets
McElhaney
hurt, yeah, if
leaves,
he goes down or whatever.
then yeah. So that's yeah, Tampa's pretty much set with that, especially because Vasilevsky's on 9.5 for the next like what is it, 100 years or something?
Yeah, something like that. 99.
Yeah, no.
Yep. For the last team in the Atlantic, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is a bit of an interesting one because
It is.
they have some real. They have like a real question mark. I wouldn't say kind of a question mark in net. So they have Anderson. He still has another year left, but he's been out there in like the market and everything. Like the Leafs might want to move him. What do you think?
Well, he's got a no trade clause for 10 teams he cannot be traded to,
Okay.
which isn't that big of a deal because there's plenty of teams that obviously I don't know his list of who doesn't want to go to. There's plenty of teams that could use Anderson. I honestly think he gets traded and then the Maple Leafs go for someone like a bigger goalie like Holtby or why am I blanking on his name? Fucking
Markstrom.
Markstrom, yeah.
Me personally, I think Toronto keeps the same tandem next year, and here's why. So, Kyle Dubas has his guys. Like, you know how like he's like really like friendly with a bunch of those guys in that locker room. Anderson's one of those guys. I don't think Anderson's going anywhere. I think he stays for next year, and I think they keep him. I feel like it's the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I feel like they make everything a lot bigger than what it really is there.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, but how much is Anderson really gonna want? How much is this guy really gonna want?
I don't see him wanting more than 6.5.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Leafs can afford that. That's only $1.5 million more than what he's making now.
And he's capable, like he really is.
He's a good goalie. And with Jack Campbell, I feel like the Leafs will have a lot better tandem than they had last year with freaking what's his face? Hutchinson. I couldn't think of his first name. It's just I think they'll be better this year, but I don't think anything changes. It wouldn't be smart.
To be honest, I don't even know what their problem is because with Anderson and Net, that roster looks fine. I don't know
It
why
does.
they can't.
You'd be making a move just
convert.
for the sake of making a move. I feel like in that
Yeah,
situation.
I could agree with that.
All right, that's it for the Atlantic Division. So we'll go to the Metro now. So starting off with the Metro, we got Carolina. So Carolina's got Mrazek and Reimer, both at 1 year left, making around $3 million each. What do you think happens with Carolina?
Jacob Markstrom will become a Carolina Hurricane. Is what I think is going to happen.
I don't know about that exactly, but I think there'll be a change next year. I don't think they rode the same tandem.
No, not at all. One of them's going, and it's the more valuable one's going. So Mrazek. He's younger on a better
That's what
contract.
I thought at first too. But the thing with James Reimer has 1 year left at 3.4. Uh, that's just his cap hit though. His average salary is, I think, 800K. Don't hold me to that. Around 800K. He had a big signing bonus recently that was just paid off. So if a team were to acquire James Reimer, they'd only be paying his base salary, which is 800K. That in that case, I think Reimer is the more valuable goalie, just because it's a cap world and money matters, and Reimer's making a lot less than Mrazek. So I think more teams would be interested in Reimer rather than Mrazek, honestly. But yeah, a change is going to come in net for Carolina. I think, honestly, they go after a big guy like Markstrom, guy like even
Yeah.
like I've heard.
No, yeah, Marsham to the Canes. I wish I said something similar to that about 2 minutes ago.
Yep. No, I'm not done yet. So they also had talks with Arizona, Carolina about Darcy Kemper.
Mm, yeah. Oh
I,
wow, that's very
yeah.
possible too. Just 'cause
Carolina can make a big splash this summer. They got a lot of big pieces there. They got big pieces on the blue line they can ship out that a lot of teams would want. Like they got like 5 guys there that are at least top 4.
Yeah.
That they can move out that have value. So if I were to guess, I would say Carolina gets. I would agree. I think they go for Markstrom. I just think it makes sense.
It does.
It's a perfect fit. I feel like.
Yeah, he's the backbone that team.
Mhm.
They're missing a star goalie. That's the piece you want, right? Go get him.
Yeah,
Bitch.
he's
Like
right there.
fuck,
Right there.
pick him up.
That's if Vancouver doesn't resign him.
Yeah, of course. Willing
Yeah, we'll see.
that he is right there. So now I sound stupid for saying that, but
All right, we'll move on to Columbus now. Well, they got Maurice Likens and Corpusalo locked up for another 2 years.
they don't need to make a move.
No,
not right now.
I've heard they're both of their names have been out there, like rumors and everything. I just don't understand necessarily why they would do that. I've heard Corpusalo's out there.
Probably just because they want to get like you
a
probably
return for him. Like you have
probably-
2 starting goalies.
yeah, you could get a pretty big return, I think, for Corpusalo, especially because he's on a pretty decent contract right now. It's
Mhm.
gonna end in 2 years, but then again, like that's not like don't make like so. I would think by trading Corpusalo, they try and get like a forward piece back.
I would think, yeah, because their defense is already pretty good.
Exactly. So honestly, yeah, you're kind of right. Like that could happen, but again, I just don't see it happening.
I
feel
wouldn't
like,
count on it.
Yeah.
New Jersey. So New Jersey has Mackenzie Blackwood. He's an RFA, so they got to sign him. I think he sticks around. He's the starter there.
Yeah.
And they have Corey Schneider, who has 2 years left at $6 million. Is he a target for a buyout, you think?
Schneider?
Yeah. I don't know what
They'd be stupid not to.
I don't know what the complications are. It could not work out. You never know. It could be something
The
stupid.
penalty could be a
Yeah,
bit
that's what
too
I'm
big for
saying.
them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just pointing out, I don't remember the specific number, but there was like a 100, almost 50 game streak where Schneider didn't win a game or some
Yeah.
shit like that. That's ridiculous. You're paying that $6 million for that. That's
He's not good.
great
at
job. No, I would again, if the buyout penalty is too much for them, then don't. But again, I would just get Schneider out of there as soon as possible.
Do you think they play him in the NHL next year or no?
No, he's an AHL caliber goalie at this
That's
point.
what I think. So who do you think the Devils look at to bring up?
Well, I
or
think,
bring
like you
in?
said, like they probably want to start Blackwood, and then they might try and get someone to be his backup. Maybe if he's not done the NHL, Jimmy Howard, but I doubt it, just because he had such a shitty year. But they might
Mhm.
overlook the fact that it was also because he was on the worst team in decades.
Yeah. You know who I think New Jersey looks at? I think they look at like a veteran backup. Like a guy like Ryan Miller, like someone like that who could come in, play games for them. Maybe a guy like Brian Elliott, an older guy can come in, play whatever 30 games for them.
Maybe teach Mackenzie Blackwood a thing or two.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll just mentor Blackwood. That's what they should look at. They'd be smart. So let's move on to the Islanders. I think their goalie situation's already set in stone. They got Varlamov locked up, and they got Sorokin. I feel like that's
Sorokin on the
pretty-
come up to be the less version of Shesterkin, pretty much, which is still pretty good. But yeah, Varlamov making the same thing that Lehner, I think, is making right now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a little bit.
Leonard signed, I think, a 1-year deal at like $5 million, I think.
Right. Yeah. So now he's probably gonna want more just because he's
Oh
very.
yeah.
But don't know. Like, I still don't know what the fuck happened there. Don't know why they did that. But
Yeah. I heard that they wanted like security, and Leonard wasn't like ready to make a decision, but it was like hours like apart
yeah,
where they
I got what you mean.
signed. It was like, come on, you couldn't wait like 3 hours. Like, I don't know.
Honestly, no. Though to be honest, I don't know. 5 mil is the number I would give Varlamov, but if he looks anything like he did in that Eastern Conference final, then yeah, he's
No,
staying.
he had a
He
great
looked he
season.
looked
Varlamov
great.
really
He
did.
looked
He proved me wrong
his
personally.
season was great. His postseason performance was very
He was
good.
incredible in the postseason.
Yeah, no, that Grice is gone. Yes, Varlamov Sorokin. That's the tandem that's not changing.
All right, so let's move on to the New York Rangers.
All right, let me tell you what's gonna
All right,
happen.
you can start off here.
Because you're a fucking bitch. Okay,
Okay.
let me just tell you, you're an asshole. Because you like to stir the pot and get me riled up
We're
about
gonna have a long
Lundqvist.
discussion about this one. You can already tell.
So let me. Here's what's gonna
start off.
happen.
Okay.
Igor Shesterkin is the Prince of New York. He is. What's the word? He's coming after the king. That's what makes him the prince. Okay, the king Henrik Lundqvist. The king doesn't get bought out of his kingdom. The king retires from his kingdom when he's good and goddamn ready. You understand?
I know when the Kings make it $8.5 million in a salary cap world, the King might have to get bought out.
I don't care. He's staying. He's staying for that one last year.
It's not practical. It's just not.
Jeff Gordon's gonna say, you know what, Hank, you've done so much for this hockey franchise that we're gonna let you take your one more year, and you're gonna ride off into the sunset.
Ready
as
for this?
New York Ranger, and Georgiev gets traded for something valuable. What?
Look at it this way. If you're talking about bringing in a guy in for 1 year at $8.5 million, would you rather have a washed-up Henrik Lundqvist for 1 year or Alex Pietrangelo for 1 year?
I fucking hate you.
Do you want to answer the question or no?
Pietrangelo.
Okay, that's my point proven. They're wasting $8.5 million on the third string goalie. The third string goalie.
All right, let me just. I know it's not smart. But I just don't want him to go, man.
I understand that. He's great.
I wanted to watch his last game in person, and then Corona happened.
Yeah.
And then he didn't even do what I thought he was gonna do what Sedin's did and like warn us, like, hey, this is like my last season. And then
he doesn't have a choice. That's the thing. He wants to stay. They can't keep him. They can't. He has to go. They have to move him in some sort of way.
He's gonna be if they do buy him out.
I couldn't imagine it being much.
The buyout period ends on, I think, October 8th.
October 8th.
Right?
Yep,
yeah.
Right.
So they said they're not going to buy him out this weekend, but that doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean anything.
We got until October 8th. It's September 26th as the time is this being recorded.
There's a lot of time left. There's a lot of buyouts that could happen.
So I guess that's our tandem then, Shesterkin and Georgiev.
Is that your tandem?
I mean, actually, maybe because Georgiev is a capable starter too. They might try and get something for him as well because he's an RFA.
They could. I don't know. Like that, honestly, I don't know what they do. Like it's kind of a tough decision. If I'm them, I roll Igor and Georgiev. That's just what I do, and I get rid of Lundqvist any way I can. I buy him out. I trade him. Like you just cannot have $8.5 million for a goalie who's not your starter, and he's not. He might not even be the backup. Like it's sad.
I wouldn't say that. Like he's not. I wouldn't say he is the backup. I mean, he's probably third string.
That's what I'm saying. He's a great goalie. He still could play. Like he most definitely can still go to a team and play, still be good. I don't know what happens.
Best for him. I think it's gonna be like so fucking hard for me to watch it. But I think the Rangers should just like buy him out, and then he goes somewhere that's like a cup contender, like that, because he'd
be a backup somewhere.
He deserves.
Like would be a good fit for Lundqvist. Not saying he goes there, but like a team like Washington, like they have Samsonov. They bring in a guy like Lundqvist to mentor him and get him ready. and
And
they go
then
in tandem like that. Like that's perfect. I feel
yeah,
like.
because you can't even. If you're a hockey fan and you say anyone deserves a cup more than Lundqvist after Ovechkin won it, because someone argue Ovechkin deserved it more, but after Lundqvist, if you say he doesn't deserve the cup more than anyone in the league right now, you're a fucking liar. Like you are straight up lying. Like or you're a Devils or an Islanders fan because you know for a fact he deserves a cup more than anyone else in the league right now.
I'd say you can make that a debatable argument.
What? Who do you think deserves it more?
You got Thornton and Marlowe, who have
No.
been kicking it around for over 20 years. There's an argument there. I'm saying there's an argument there.
You froze, and I don't even need to hear your argument right now because it's no.
No, there is an argument, no matter how biased you are. And with that, we're gonna move on from the Rangers.
You're frozen for me, buddy. I can't even hear a word you're saying.
All right, so let's move on to Philadelphia. So in Philly, they got Carter Hart. 1 year left still. He's the man there. Nothing to.
It's gonna be like that for a while.
Okay.
He honestly might be like, I want to say, I'm not saying he's comparable to Carey Price right now, but like his contract and everything, the way it's going, he might be like Carey Price. Like he's probably gonna just stay
He's
there
got
for a
some
while.
potential. That kid. He's good.
He's 22.
He's good.
Goalies usually don't perform like this early. He's 22 years old and he's playing insane.
No, he's ridiculous. I love Carter Hart. I'm a big Carter Hart guy. But I feel like they're going to have to get a backup that can play, I'd say, at least 30 games just in case because, Carter Hart, he's not like a veteran yet. He still could have a drop back year, but they're going to lose Elliott, I feel like. I don't know if Elliott stays. I really don't. But if he leaves, they got to get someone else. They go after maybe a Talbot, someone like that.
Talbot.
Grice.
Yeah, Grice. Grice would be a great option.
Grice is a good fit on so many teams.
Yeah, because a lot of teams have that starter that just don't have that backbone.
That's what I'm saying.
That could.
They need that guy that can play 35 games. Like that position in hockey is getting more valuable as the years go by.
I really need to specify. Yeah, no, like I said this before, but like the backup goalie is such an important role because Devon Dubnyk was one of the best goalies in the league like a few years ago. They never had a capable starter for him except for like Alex Stalock, who fell through eventually, and his whole he just went down just because of it. Like you work him too hard, you give him no backup, and then they just go down because it's just being overworked.
Yeah, they're overused. It's a lot of wear and tear.
So don't do that to Carter Hart,
games.
Especially if he's 22 years old. Easily, probably one of the most valuable goaltenders in the league right now.
100%.
So,
yeah, they got to get a guy that can play 30.
Thomas Greiss would probably be the best option they can get at this point.
Thomas Greiss is the best option for a lot of teams. A lot of teams we call on Thomas Greiss this summer. Or God, off season. Keep calling it summer. All right, so let's move on to the rivals of the Flyers. Go to Penguins. So the Penguins have a bit of a, not as much as the Rangers, but they got three quality NHL goalies there. They got Jari, DeSmith, and Murray. I think the writing's on the wall. I think Murray's gone. I feel like he's being traded this offseason. I feel like there's no avoiding that.
Let me tell you something.
All right.
Jim Rutherford's going to look at this writing on the wall, spit on it, and say, I'm going to do the worst move I can right now. And he's going to trade all three of them for nothing.
Three of them?
Imagine.
All three of them?
I see Murray getting traded. I'm not sure what for. Or
the first round pick.
Well, yeah,
they said they need a first round pick back. So it's going to be at least for a first. I'd say maybe a first and I'd like a B-level prospect maybe. I don't know. I think that's an overpayment.
And then I think Yari comes in, he starts, and then Casey DeSmith is the backup. And he's got 2 more years left. So, he's capable.
He's good. And then we'll move into Washington, the final team. So they got Samsonov for next year. Hope he's a UFA. We don't really know, but we're almost sure hope he's gone. He's not going to come back to Washington.
They don't need him.
They don't. They have Samsonov. If they get a guy like Thomas Greiss who could play 35, 40 games to them, that's perfect.
Yeah, because I don't really think Phoenix Copley or Copley, whatever the fuck.
I think he can be, but it's not smart, especially for Washington Capitals, a team that should be contending for the cup to go into the season with 2 goalies under whatever, 25, however young these guys are.
You can't actually you can't hit the nail on the head with
Yeah,
fucking voice cracks, man. I swear to God, you can't hit the nail on the head with this. If the Rangers do buy out Lungfist,
he'd be a perfect fit there.
he is
That's
the perfect
nice.
option there because Samsonov's 23 years old. Yeah, Lundqvist is 38. He knows the game considering he's one of the best goaltenders of all time. I
Hmm.
said it. I'll argue that with anyone. He yeah, he could potentially get the ring he deserves, and he could totally be a great mentor for
No, I
Samsonov.
agree. You know, a name that is kind of out there that's up for question that we really haven't spoke too much about? Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah, wow, you're
Do,
right.
do you think Flower stays in Vegas this summer? Or for next year he stays?
Um, well, let's think because Lehner's a UFA. Do they plan on re-signing him?
I think Leonard's their guy, honestly.
I don't
It
really see why
reportedly
he
came out
wouldn't,
that they agreed to a handshake and agreement, but I don't know. I think he's definitely their guy going forward though.
because he's younger.
Yeah, he's
Some would
better.
argue he's better.
No, he is
Yeah,
better. No, he is better.
I think lately, yeah, because
He most definitely is better. Fleury, I think, was a 907 this season. I think Leonard was a 920. Like, you can't argue that. Leonard's younger. He's had the better season. He's a Vezina nominee last season.
so what do you think they do though? You think they trade him or do you think they buy him out? Because I don't know if anyone wants him.
I think if you retain half, people will want Fleury. At
Maybe,
least
yeah.
maybe even like 25%, whatever that comes out to. I think teams would want Fleury. Like it'd be the same thing with Washington. I think Fleury would be a fit in Washington too. Same thing with Lundqvist thing.
Hmm.
I feel like Fleury can go there, start like 40 or so games,
Yeah.
be the guy. Like they need a team like that. They need someone to be the guy if Samsonov isn't the guy. And Fleury can be the guy. He has been the guy. He's won a
Yeah.
cup. He carried Pittsburgh. Not carried. He was the starter for Pittsburgh when they won the cup in whatever 07 or whatever the hell they won. 09 actually. It's I don't know. I feel like Flower's an interesting name that we have to look at. He doesn't. No, he does. Or actually, rather, he said he didn't want to leave Vegas necessarily. So maybe what happened this postseason wasn't like that big of a deal to him. I don't know.
I would if I were him, I'd be thinking like, holy shit, I might be out of here because this guy
Yeah,
just came in, played
took
better
my
than me.
job. He took my job.
He's probably
Like
going to be on a cheaper contract than me. So what the fuck's my point of being here?
exactly. If I'm him, I want to go to a new team. I want to prove myself that I can be a starter. And I feel like if you go to a team like Washington, even like a team like Buffalo. What about Buffalo? Dude, I feel like if Marc-Andre Fleury went to Buffalo,
His career's going to die there. I'm sorry.
I don't know, but I feel like if Buffalo would make a move for Fleury, I feel like they're slowly stepping in like the right direction. Right? If the Buffalo Sabres roll into next season, they add a top 6 winger, maybe they like trade Montour, get another winger, and then get a
Sign
defenseman or something, and they roll get with Fleury. I think that might be a playoff team.
Actually, yeah, you're kind of right. I could totally like what you like that scenario you're mentioning. I mean,
Mhm.
of course, it's based on if they
No, it's totally hypothetical.
do this or not. That's really all this is. It's like just speculation.
Mhm.
Like you don't even know what's going on with Flurry right now.
I don't know. I it's kind of tough. Personally, I think he's gone. Even though what he says he wants to stay in Vegas. I feel like it kind of comes back to that tweet that his agent put out.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot that
What a
is. I'm
fucking
sorry.
moron.
Like, why would you do that?
I mean, he got what he wanted, stirred the pot, surely got attention around Fleury's name. If that was his goal, it's accomplished. But like,
You could have just said,
you could have kept everything private
like, yeah, for real, like
and
it's
discussed
not
it with Vegas. Like, why did he have to
like
put the tweet out?
literally like it was like Flurry getting stabbed in the back by a sword labeled
That said
DeBoer.
DeBoer. What? What? Like, what is that?
Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be
That
professional. Please just be
like,
professional.
really?
It wasn't really it wasn't needed.
Like that might like honestly like hurt a team from like going after Fleury. Like they see that and they're like, I don't want this bogus.
Yeah, they
guy
might
on
be
my
like,
team.
okay, I'll take you, but fire your agent because
Not even that. They might
schmuck.
literally not even consider Fleury. Be like, oh, his agent did this. Why would we want to bring someone to our team that could cause attention in a negative way,
Yeah, like why would
right?
why would we hire someone sign someone whose agent likes to paint pictures and then post them on
Yeah,
Twitter? It's
like
so stupid.
like Leonard was the better goalie that postseason. You
Yeah.
can't argue that, no matter what dumb Vegas fans say. Leonard, they were gonna win the Stanley Cup on the back of Leonard, not Fleury. That's how it was
Yeah.
gonna be.
They didn't, but yeah.
It didn't win the cup, and I'm glad they didn't. But I don't know. It's interesting. We got a lot of stuff to look forward to this offseason.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. We can now say officially podcast will be uploaded every Thursday and Sunday at 6 p.m.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, positive or negative. We appreciate all feedback. And on that note, we're wrapping this one up. Peace out, boys.